Hello and welcome to another edition of the Comic Book Blog. I'm your host, Jim Houston. Today we're going to do a Silver Age Batman box opening. I don't know if you can see it behind this comic here, but we just got 10 more Silver Age Batman comics back from CGC this morning. And in this box is an upgrade to this comic, which, like I've been telling you, if I don't like the condition of the comic raw that was in my original collection, I go ahead and purchase one. So that came from eBay a little while ago, but I just was waiting to do the blog. I don't know if you've seen, I've been putting a lot of blogs up lately. But it is the summer. During the fall, I teach at a college, St. Thomas Aquinas College. But in the summer, I mainly work at night at the Rockland Boulders baseball stadium. So I find myself having a little more time to purchase comics and do the blogs. So this is from an eBay seller, and it's pretty cool. Some plastic bags I'll reuse when I ship my comics out that I sell on my eBay account. And I want to thank people that are purchasing comics on eBay. I started listing so many comics that sometimes I miss a defect. So one of my buyers saw that I had a full page of a comic was ripped, like almost out, like halfway. And then we said, all right, well, you want a different comic? I looked in that one, and the coupon was clipped for Palisades Park. It was like a discount coupon. So we're still trying to straighten that out, but I appreciate his patience. I'm not trying to rip anyone off. If you're not happy with a purchase, let me know and I'll try to fix it. All right, so this is pretty nice. It's Batman 147. It's a funny issue. It's called The Baby Batman. The Baby, Bat Baby. And it's another issue for my 101 to 200 collection. Now, when we look at the close-ups, you'll see. The main problem with this comic is, we'll see it in the close-up. There's a magic marker on the back cover, just scribbling. I don't know why. Maybe trying to get the marker to work. But in general, this is a 6.5, and it looks really nice. And it's going to go into the collection. Here's a nice comic I purchased from Blake Griffith on eBay. This is my original copy. It looks pretty nice. Now, there are some collectors like myself that will purchase a comic that's not in perfect condition just so they can read the story. And also, it's called a hole filler. If you're a collector like I am who wants every issue, you just fill in the hole in your collection and so you could buy another one that's more acceptable for your collection. And some people are happy just to have it. When I list my comics for sale, if they're raw, I like to say, if it's true, cover firmly attached to the comic. And I take a picture to show how the centerfold looks. So you can see the staples are firmly attached to the centerfold. And this is why I purchased the comic already graded. There's like, I don't know, it looks like somebody tried to get the magic marker to work. When it was dried up, maybe they wet it and got it to work again. So I knew that wouldn't grade. And this looks better anyway. So I'm happy with the purchase. And now I can sell the double. It's taking just about 30 days to ship my books and get them back. These were the ones that I told you on one of my blogs that they got the books around July 5th, according to my stamps.com, and it didn't show up. And then all of a sudden it said it was scheduled for grading and then graded and then shipped. So it took about 30 days. And I did not look at the grades this time. We're going to see them together. So I'll try to take them out in order. I'm looking right now, make sure they're in the right order. And they are. We'll start with the oldest, this is a nice grade. So this is Batman 132. It has off-white to white pages, and it's graded 5.0. And on the back here, there's like a Mickey Mantle and Joe Louis ad. And this has spine-breaking bends, spine bends, but it, I call them reading bends, because when you read the comic, you used to hold it in your hand. Instead of have it out double, you had it out half, and it would bend the cover. This is a lower grade than I like. Might have to replace it. But this is Batman 135, graded 3.5, off-white to white pages. And, I like it to be a little higher. It has the return of the second Batman and Robin team. So the reason these were like some of the last ones to get graded is because I had a feeling the grades would be low on these. So this is good if you want to compare comics published around the same year. This is 132 and 135. Now the 5.0, you hate to say it, but maybe it's a little overgraded because of that corner right there. And you can see where I told you about when you read the comics and you folded them over. I would buy my new comics and sit outside and read them. That's a 10-cent comic. Now this is 3.5. It has a similar corner up there. But I will say it does have other, like see that by the staple, color breaking crease. There's a lot more bends to the comic that maybe pressing would have got it out. I forget which books I had pressed, because I don't use the pressing company that's affiliated with CGC. I use a couple other guys. Here's the back covers. This is the 5.0 on the 132. New York Yankee ad to get your body ripped. And here's the 3.5. So they both have off-white to white pages. This has a name on the cover. If that was on the front of the cover, I wouldn't have got it graded and I would have just replaced it. Some things bother collectors. I don't like writing on my front covers. Okay, here's another Silver Age Batman. This is 137 and it's graded 4.0. I gotta tell you, for my Silver Age Batman collection, I think a lot of the comics are around in the 4 range. Maybe just lower my standards, keep the 4.0 range, and just maybe get ready to grade something else. I don't know, maybe X-Men or something. So this is Batman 137, Robin's New Boss. And it definitely has, problems with the cover. They start to get a little higher, the grades, as the books get newer. So this is Batman 154, and it's graded 4.5. It has off-white to white pages. Again, this is from my original collection. And more Batman and Robin 2 adventures in this book. So here's Batman 137 and Batman 154. So both of these have a little bit of problems with the corner. And for these, it's the bottom corners that have the problem. Sometimes it's hard to see through the slab. And this is 154, graded 4.5. They both have off-white to white pages. Here's the back covers. 137, 4.0 with the off-white to white pages. And then the 4.5 off-white to white pages. There's writing on the cover, so it probably was either a higher or a lower price to the left of that 40. And then they just wrote on the back cover how much it was going to cost. There's a little tear right there. Next book up, Batman 160. So this was the era when he was fighting aliens. This is graded 4.5 and has off-white to white pages. Again, this is from my original collection. I mean, 4.5 is not a bad grade. Here's a fun issue with Batmite on the cover. Batman 161, graded 4.5, off-white to white pages. Not a bad looking book. Only graded 4.5. Here we can compare two comics that are graded exactly the same. 4.5, they both have the same page quality. This is 160. You can see a crease right there in the corner. And there's Batmite. And the whirly bats. Here's the back covers, both same grade. I think this is like the Chia Pets. I guess before they were called Chia Pets. It's almost like a King Kong type cover. It's Batman 162, graded 5.5, off-white to white pages, so you see the grades are getting higher as the books are newer. Either I took better care of them, or the ones that are low grade I had purchased just to fill in the run. I was what is called a run collector. I would buy all the comics brand new off the newsstand, and I would read them, and then I'd put them away. And if I missed an issue, or I don't know, something happened to make it get ripped or wet, coffee stain on it or something, I would put it in my list to update on a piece of paper I used to carry in my wallet. So this is Batman 167, graded 5.5. It's a pretty sharp looking book. And this is after the new look Batman started in 164, so he's got the yellow oval around the bat. So here's two the exact same grade, 5.5. The one on the left, even though it's the Batman creature, it doesn't have the yellow oval around the bat. And let's take a look at this, what maybe made this a 5.5. And we can compare it to this 5.5. Now on this 5.5, Batman 167, he does have the yellow oval around his bat. And the first appearance of the new look Batman, designated by the yellow oval in the Batman comic, was 164. Here's the back covers. These back covers feature movie monsters. Besides all the superhero kits from Aurora, I had these movie monster kits built and hanging up in my bedroom as a kid. And mine had pieces, I guess they maybe added it later on, that glowed in the dark. So whatever glowed in the dark you would see at night while you were trying to go to sleep. And I still have those models, but you know, the glue just made them fall apart. But I kept all the pieces and I didn't throw them away. Now that I'm retired, maybe I'll put them back together. This is Batman 192, graded 6.0. It's kind of a black cover, and they used to call this the Go-Go checkerboard on the top of the DC comics. I think it made it easier for kids to see when the comics were in the spinner rack, if it was a Marvel or a DC or a Gold Key or a Dell comic. The checkerboard on top, when you flip through the books, was easy to see, and you could pull it up because you know it was a DC comic. So this is 6.0, Batman 192. And the last book in this box. This was funny. I think they changed this character's name now. 195, graded 5.0, off-white to white pages. And there's the back cover. And this is the Spark Spangled See-Through Man. Pretty funny. So the thing I like about this Batman comic on the left, 192, is I kind of consider it a black cover. And black covers are hard to get high grades. And there's the Go-Go checkerboard I was telling you about. And this is only 5.0. Not really a high grade for, you know, like a newer comic. Even though newer is really old to some of our viewers. So this is pretty funny. As a kid, I did what this ad said to do right here, which is cut out and hold up to a mirror. So I definitely cut out the eye on one of my comics. And I held it up to the mirror. It's funny. And here's another Aurora kit. Pretty sure I had this one too. I know I had the spaceship. I had the really big one too. The spaceship that stood tall. So now I take photos and put them in my phone so I know which comics I have. And then I import the CGC registration numbers into my registry set. And, you know, the registry set grade will go up. These are the higher graded books I got back from CGC and from a purchase on eBay. This is the 132 graded 5.0. And this is the one I purchased off eBay, 147 graded 6.5. And 167 graded 5.5. The 192 graded 6.0, so that was the highest one that I submitted to get graded. And the 195 graded 5.0. This has been another edition of the Comic Book Blog. I'm your host, Jim Houston. See you again soon. Bye.